Hi there, it's Phoenix Jira. Today we're going to discuss the notion of whether or not an individual can always be right or always be wrong. My immediate feeling on that is that it's just not possible, but I do know sometimes people get it into their head that they are always right or even that they're always wrong. And if they're always thinking they're right, then they're pretty hard to get along with. On the other hand, if they always think they're wrong, then they're pretty much in the dump all of the time. And it's also hard to communicate with someone like that, just as it's difficult to deal with someone who thinks that they are always right.
In my own personal life, I have to stop from time to time and say, hold on a second. Are you sure that you're right? Are you sure you're wrong? There are certain conversations I will not have with certain people, mainly because, number one, I feel that I am right in the belief of that particular item is, okay? So I already think, number one, I'm right. And so I'm thinking, okay, who can I talk to that agrees with me? Well, that makes it easy, right? You're having a conversation about something that the other person agrees with you about, you're golden. What if you don't know? So then there's the person that you don't know if they agree or disagree. So you're a little cautious because you're like, okay, is this going to make them mad? And am I going to end up in a fight? Or is it just going to be a casual conversation where people talk back and forth about what they think? They might debate a little bit and then they walk away going, okay, you believe what you believe. I believe what I believe. I still like you. Let's move on to something else. Let's go have lunch, right? And then there's the person in your life that you know does not agree with your point of view and will argue with you. And then a choice needs to be made, right? Are you the type of person that loves debates and loves to argue and loves that confrontation? And does the other person feel the same way? Because if they do, again, you're golden. Let's get in a fight. We're still friends. Let's have lunch. But if the other person and you are not the type who can do that, that's usually for me when I'm like, I'm not going there. I believe I can have a conversation with somebody else who does not have the same point of view that I do, so long as we do not end up in a fight. I don't want to be in a fight. Confrontation is not my favorite thing to face if I don't have to. So if the other person does not believe what you believe, or believes that you are wrong, why would you want to have a conversation with that person about that subject? So for me, I have someone in my life that I know this person likes, A, B, C. They like these 5 things. These are the subjects they like. These are the things that they enjoy. So those are the things that I go to when I want to talk to this person. Because I can either agree with them on it or I'm indifferent, so I can agree with them on it, right? But there are certain things that I'm not bringing that up. I'm not bringing that up. I'm not bringing that up. Because I don't want to have that conversation where it gets heated. And there's a particular person in my life that if that were to occur, they would just throw their hands up in the air and say, let's just change the subject. And okay, well now we're both mad because you've decided the conversation is over. To hell with what I want to say any further, and I'm left with a glass of water in my face. I can no longer move forward on agreeing with the person or disagreeing. I can no longer, this is my point of view, that's your point of view, it's all right. I can't move forward. So when you have someone like that who will only go to a certain line and then throws a glass of water in your face and says stop, it's hard to stop. I mean, you can stop, but inside it's festering. And now this subject matter is off limits. That's fine. You can have a long list of subject matters that are off limits when it comes to talking to certain people. But it does create a chasm, all right? So there's a person in my life where the chasm, the canyon, is getting wider and wider. And Evel Knievel is never going to be able to jump that canyon. We're gaining too many things that we can no longer talk about. We literally have like 3 or 4 or 5 things that we can talk about. All the rest is off limits. And it's not just because we are going to get in a fight. Sometimes it's a matter of lack of interest. If I say, oh, I'm going to do this thing, and the other person's like, I could care less. And they have the kind of attitude that's like, I don't want to talk about something unless I want to talk about it. You're stuck. You're like, oh, great. Well, I can't tell you about that part of my life. So our chasm is growing. I can't tell you about these hobbies I have. I can't tell you about these events I'm going to. I can't tell you about my belief on these different subjects. Because the chasm is so wide now, and the list is so long, that we're just drifting apart. That can happen in any kind of relationship. Friendships, family relationships. The thing with family, in my opinion, family is family. It doesn't mean you agree with them. It doesn't mean you hang out with them. And in some cases, it means you never see them again. But they're still your family. You can't now say, that person's not my family. Oh, yeah, they are. Friends, if you have a really good friend, can be a friend forever, and you can say they will always be your friend. But they don't have a relation. They're not related to you. So you could literally say, you're no longer my friend, wash your hands of it, and you're done. That's a real bummer, especially if you have a really good friend, and you can no longer talk to them about certain subjects because the chasm is growing. And that's bad. But they could literally just walk away. With family, let's say it's, a sibling or a parent, they are your family forever. Now, you may not see them. I don't see my cousins. We live far apart. But they're still my family. They're still my cousins. When you have a family member where the chasm is growing, that makes it really hard, especially if you do family events, right? I'm going to go see this person. I see them once a week. I see them once a month. But we're only going to talk about these 5 things, and then I'm going to go home. And that will be that. It leaves you with a lot of uncomfortable silence. It leaves you with just moments of, well, I guess we're going to watch TV. Or, so now what do you want to do? It's just something that I was thinking about today, that there are just moments when you can't say what you want to say. I'm pretty sure no one ever wakes up in the morning and says to themselves, man, I sure hope I'm wrong today. Everyone wants to be right. Everyone wants to have the correct answer. Everyone often believes they're right. That's why they do certain things. That's why they think certain things. You're not going to walk around doing something that is wrong to make yourself look like an idiot. I mean, you might do something that's wrong because you want to do that thing that's wrong. You don't wake up in the morning going, man, I sure hope I'm wrong today. And I sure hope people prove I'm wrong and make me look like a moron. It just doesn't happen. Well, this is Phoenix Chira, and I'm done with that thought.